Gather around and listen up, for I only tell a fable once. This be the tale of pirates so legendary that those who sail the 12 seas still revere their names. A halfling with a covenant of charm and trickery, a one-armed dwarf with an eye for revenge, and a warrior princess with beastly strength. I swear to tell no fetch tale as your loyal innkeeper of the evening, and together we'll sail through rough waters, meet foes worthy of myth, and cause more mischief than chaos herself. Welcome, me hearties, to their Gilded Voyage. From atop a vine-covered temple deep in the Thayan jungle, we find our captains taking one last look across the treetops to admire the depressed guppy and the anxious carp in the shimmering bay before they descend into the Ziggurat of Immorti. As you begin to make your way down the sandstone stairs, it's hard to say, sandstone stairs, your shaman guide, Binky, looks to one of you, gives you a headbutt, and telepathically says to you, we descend into the Ziggurat of Immorti. It has been here since the first dawn, and I am its most recent custodian. When the One-Eyed One came to my grandfather's grandfather, he christened this tower as his lair, and he left his wealth and his knowledge from mythic Tamo Core within. As you are of the One-Eyed One tribe, and a sea strider yourselves, the lair is your inheritance. Welcome to the Ziggurat of Immorti. And motions all of you down the stairs. Does anyone not descend into the temple?
I'm totally going down.
Go.
Which one of us got to hear that?
Who wants to hear it? If not, he's going to pick Tawny, because you're the closest to his height.
Sounds good.
They're taller than I thought.
They're like people size. They're a little shorter than Tawny. They're like,
I picture Big Bird, so.
oh,
If they're people size, what does that make Tori and I? Not people?
You're a dwarf. Okay, they're human sized. So, excuse me. That's
Okay.
that was anti short race of me.
Yeah,
No
Sorry.
bet.
I'm offended.
Okay.
A little bit.
They're standard human size. They fall between 4.5 feet to 5.5 feet.
So I'm taller.
You are taller. Wind whistles into the sunlit chamber as you descend the stairs. The room smells strongly of ancient clay and wood. The bricked walls are carved with draconic runes, hieroglyphs, and murals. The air is warm as the midday heat is trapped within the sandstone walls. You make it to the base of the stairs, and you all enter into the topmost room of the Ziggurat of Immorti. And I'm going to turn it over to you guys to investigate, to do as you wish.
Does this thing look like a wheel, like a ship wheel?
Yeah, it does look like a ship wheel. Tawny, what were you going to say? And then I'll talk about the ship wheel.
I was going to detect magic on the room to make sure there weren't like any immediate traps, but Kildak strode in, so.
No, you're good. Tawny, you can cast Detect Magic as Kildak takes a quick sweep around the room and then beelines it for this wheel. Kildak, you see that there is up against the wall, an old wooden wheel, similar to that at the helm of the Guppy. This one, however, is connected to a wood and rope contraption that is connected to the wall. Tawny, you cast Detect Magic, and you get a couple of pings. You see that the symbol on the floor, this large bird carved into the floor, this mural is humming with faint magic. You notice that there is a up against the back wall, There's a sandstone pedestal that displays a large, finely cut emerald, which silently hovers millimeters above the platform. This emerald is humming with magic, and those are the only 2 bits of magic that you sense within this room.
Okay.
How long does detect magic last?
It lasts 10 minutes.
Okay, perfect.
Wikipedia is gonna run down the room and go straight for that emerald. Oh, it looks pretty.
Cool.
There's magic on that.
You see this emerald is like about almost a foot tall, and you'd see, I'd say like, what's that? 5-6 inches wide, and it is like slowly rotating above the pedestal.
I'm gonna put my hands like up on the pedestal to like look up at it and just kind of investigate it to see if I see anything unique about it before I grab it.
Yeah, Tawny says it's humming with magic. It looks finely cut. You can like see like reflections of the room in it. The sun kind of like reflects through it and refracts through it in like fun angles and fun, like, not shadows, but as crystals be. I'm sure there's a word for that aside from refraction, but it looks pretty.
It is very pretty, and I want to grab it.
You take it, and it does not move. Like, you put your hand on it, and it stops spinning when you grab it, but it doesn't move.
And I put my feet up on the pillar and try to like pull it as hard as I can.
Make a strength check.
Can I go over and help her?
Yeah, sure.
15.
Wikipedia does not budge. You can roll. Tawny can roll as well for a strength check.
17?
It does not budge in the way that like an immovable object would not budge. Like, you know how strong you are. Like, if you were pushing a heavy object that you couldn't move, it would still like bend or shift a little bit. Like, this thing is locked in place.
I give up on it very quickly. I want to look at something else in the room.
What's
trying
this
to
little
wait.
Tawny
bubble
can
thing?
stay and keep looking at it.
Pat her head and
But
say, "We're not getting this one, kid."
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away.
Perfect. Jake, what did you say? Or Kildak?
What's that little bubble thing in the middle of the floor here?
Yeah, so you stride over to that, and you see that atop a swivel is a circular mirror. It is a few feet in diameter with a golden frame along the rim. And you can put your hand on it, you can move it, and it rotates. You can change the angle, you can change the way that the whole thing spins pretty easily, like without using much force. But as soon as you let it go, it swivels and returns back to its resting position.
Are we open to like the air, or is there like a ceiling above us?
There is a ceiling. However, there is sun coming in from the stairwell, and there's also a gap in the ceiling. Make an investigation check for me. There's a gap in the ceiling above the symbol of the bird.
18.
Cool. You, looking at the ceiling, realize that the stone that outcrops the hole that allows the sun to touch the sunbird looks like it is part of a larger mechanism, and that stone slab could slide.
Okay.
Does anybody speak, read, or write Draconic?
Imagine
Yes.
that.
That's a good point. Tawny does. Does anybody else speak, read, or write Draconic?
No.
Okay. Tawny, while you are looking around, you notice that Binky is walking around. He's kind of touching the runes, the hieroglyphs on the wall, and you realize that some of these like hieroglyphs and some of the words carved on the wall are Draconic. And you're able to kind of go through parts of the wall and see that they tell the story of Parar, the great sunbird, and how he battled back a terrific sea monster. Praise be the sun god. During this fight with the sea monster, his feathers fell to the earth and were planted like crops by a girl called Sa Leda. And from these feathers grew the Sauna people. And you see like this origin story of the tribe and how they grew from the feathers of Parar.
I love a good origin story.
Does Tawny share this story with the rest of us, or does she just read it silently to herself?
I'll like go along with him, touching the walls and say it out loud as I go.
You see that Binky is very impressed that you read Draconic and has like a kinship with you now that like you speak his language. And he communicates to you that his people, although they do not speak Draconic because they are more speak like in bird chirps and in trills, their written language is Draconic.
Awesome.
And so to have like a kinship with you, he's excited to see that they haven't had a traveler that writes their language, and he'll be very excited about that.
She'll just nudge him and then in Draconic say, "You're a good bird."
You see all of his like feathers like ruffle, and then he begins to like impulsively like clean himself and like start cleaning his feathers.
And then I just take a step away.
I fully believe that this tribe of people are born like plants. They grow and are harvested.
Oh,
Whether
God.
that's true or not, that is what I fully believe.
Harvested.
Yeah. That is what I believe.
I'm going to look around and say, "I don't see a map here," and head to the stairs.
Okay, cool. You begin to head to the stairs, and Binky says, "This room is the." He headbutts you first and says, "This room is the only room that I have had the honor of cleaning and keeping up with. The rest of the temple, where the One-Eyed One went, is beyond this door." And he comes down and he puts his hand on this section of the wall that is trimmed in gold. And on the door is a carving of the Sauna people overlooking the ocean as the sun rises and sets. And he says, "This is the door to the rest of the temple. However, our people do not know how to open it. And so this is the room that we caretake out of respect for the great sunbird and for the return of the One-Eyed One."
What'd he say?
The door is locked.
Maybe this big spinny thing does it.
Spin it.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Cool. Make a strength check for me.
One-armed Kildek gets an 8.
Okay, you turn it about almost like halfway. It is a heavy wheel. You put your muscle into it, and as you turn, the ceiling rumbles. Dirt falls from the cracks in it, and the hole that shines sun on the symbol of the bird, the mural of the bird, begins to shift to the left, closer to the mirror. It only gets about halfway.
Do I see the
Can someone give
magic
me a
that
hand?
was on the floor move with the light? Or is the
Say that
magic
again?
that that I saw in the emblem, does it move with
Got
the
it.
light? Or
It does not.
stay?
It stays
Okay.
on the emblem.
I'll jump over to Kildak and help him out by grabbing onto the other side of the wheel and like lifting my legs up and just kind of like using my weight to pull down the rest of the wheel
Perfect.
while he pulls on the other side.
Perfect. Make a strength check for me.
4.
Okay, so That adds up to 12. So you get it a little bit farther. And the hole shifts a little bit more, but it doesn't quite reach the mirror. Yeah, from what the two of you have into it right now.
God.
I'll jump
Seriously,
again
guys?
if you push.
Okay, I'll try and hold it, like while you let go, and try and like just jump again. Use your body
Okay.
weight.
Yeah, we're gonna try
both
again.
of you roll strength checks again. You're looking to add to a 20.
Okay, I got 11.
I got a 14.
Perfect. The two of you together, you let go of it, the wheel rotates back to its starting position, and then you both heave ho, the wheel spins, and the light shifts right on top of the mirror, which reflects it straight into the ceiling.
And then, so I don't think we should let go.
No, we should probably
Because-
hold this.
We don't want it to move again. If Tawny can move the mirror.
I'll go over to the mirror. Kildak, what am I doing here?
I imagine the emerald.
Okay. And then I'll just tilt the mirror so the light goes on the emerald.
Sweet. You tilt the mirror, the light hits the emerald, and the emerald begins to glow. Another rumble shakes the room, and the door, the part of the wall encased in gold, slowly shifts into the wall, thus revealing the passage.
Now the hard part.
I'm gonna just drop off the wheel and sprint as fast as I can through
Yeah.
the door.
As soon as the door opens, I'm gonna drop the mirror, go
We're
to
a
the
bolt.
door.
Cool.
Okay.
Wikipedia, you let go of the mirror. How far can you move? So as soon as you let go, actually Wikipedia lets go of the wheel. As soon as you let go of the wheel spins out of Kildak's hand. The light begins to shift, and the door begins to close again. Binky is gonna scoot through and start like motioning you guys to come on. We're gonna go Wikipedia, Tawny, Kildak, and this is all happening simultaneously as the door slides shut. So Wikipedia, you're up first. You have basically a turn, like an in-combat turn. So you have an action, bonus action, movement.
Yeah, I'm running for the door. Do I have to roll something to get there?
Can you make it?
About 43 feet.
So you are from Wikipedia to here is 52 feet to the door.
Oh, I thought it was on this side.
No, the
Okay, so I
golden.
can get halfway.
Okay, so that's your movement. Gets you halfway.
And then I can dash, because I have 25 feet, so I can dash to the other 25.
Cool. So that gets you just like in the doorway. Perfect. Tawny, you are up.
I'm also gonna head into this door.
Sweet. So you can use your
Mine's
movement.
30,
Yeah, so
so
your
I should be
movement
able to
gets
get in.
Yeah, the movement gets you in the door. Wikipedia is just on the outside of the door. She doesn't have enough movement to make it in, so she's going to need someone to help her get her in there.
Yeah, I'll grab as I come in. I'll like grab her and yank her.
Perfect. Tawny grabs you, yanks you into the door, and Kildak, you're up. Last but not least.
Run, dash, and whether it's needed or not, we're diving.
Oh, perfect. A dive, just as the door goes to close, you dive into the hall. The door closes shut behind you, and all four of you have made it past the first room. You notice in
How do we get out?
in here that there
Figure that out
is
later.
a lever that is beside the door that you hope will open it when the time comes. You can try it now.
I will try it right now.
Absolutely, I'm trying this lever.
Make a strength check for me. Both of you make a strength check. You're looking to add to 15.
We're gonna pull it together.
21.
Oh, a 9. I didn't help very much. I kind of
We
got
got
in
to
your way,
30.
if anything.
One arm, Kildak just Pulls it right down. The lever switches down, the door slides open, and it stays open.
Oh, thank God.
As they are focusing on the lever, I head straight in. Like, I go straight down the stairs.
I feel like the bird guy could have held the lever for us.
You didn't ask Pinky to do anything.
You're right.
Pinky is a simple man.
If they never got past that first room, I guess he never figured out this party there.
So as you come down into the next level, the air becomes unexpectedly damp as you descend deeper into the ziggurat. The stairs come to a landing on the central floor, and the halls are dimly lit by smoldering sconces that cast dancing shadows on the walls. These walls are filled with colorful paintings of the ocean, with a rainbow of sea creatures swimming through a reef teeming with life. Among them are the Sana people being taught to swim and fish by the same girl, Saleda, and Umlu, their sea goddess. From these pictures, you can see that Umlu bears obvious resemblances to Umberly, the sea god recognized by the Sword Coast.
So I just continue deeper into the room.
Sweet. As you turn the corner, you are met at the end of this hall by a dense forest of seaweed that grows from the cracks of the clay bricks on the floor. The thick green leaves wave together as if they're being swayed by an invisible current.
So
Do
we're
I still
not
have my-
underwater?
You are not underwater, but
Okay.
it's like I picture the walls to look like when you're in an elementary school and they have that one like full wall of like an underwater scene, and it feels like that. And you're breathing air, but it's dimly lit. There's like funky shadows being cast by the dim candlelight, and the seaweed is moving as if it was underwater.
Has it been 10 minutes since I casted Detect Magic?
No, I'd say it's probably been 5 minutes tops.
Okay. So do I see anything as I come up to like right here?
Tawny, you get a faint ping of magic just past the seaweed. Over here.
Okay, then I will head towards that carpet, but like as I go and I'm going towards the seaweed, I'm gonna like put my hands just like a little bit in front of me to see if I can like feel a change as I get to where they're swaying.
Perfect. As you get there, you don't feel a change in the air, but you do feel the seaweed is like slick and damp with water. As you like push through it, it's going to count as difficult terrain, which means if we were in combat, you'd be moving at half speed. Every space would take up 2 spaces, and you begin to wade through the seaweed forest. Kildak and Wikipedia, what are you guys doing?
I'm
probably
follow.
gonna. Yeah, we're gonna follow, but I'm gonna let them go first.
Okay, perfect.
I'd like to kind of do like a perception or investigation while we're in the seaweed forest. See if like maybe it's hiding something or so.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, go ahead. Make your investigation check.
I rolled a 14 for investigation.
Cool. You scope out the seaweed forest, and it looks like that the fact that seaweed is growing out of the ground seems impossible without magic. And I guess to that point, Tawny, you'd probably sense a slight hum of magic in the floor to allow these plants to grow with your detect magic still on. But you don't sense that there's any, with your investigation, you don't find anything hiding in the seaweed or anything aside from it like physically slowing you down.
Okay. Okay, I'll just keep following Tawny then.
Yeah, and I'm gonna come up and get onto this carpet here.
Sweet. You move onto the carpet, and you are met by a beautiful bronze statue of Umberly. In one hand is a trident, and the other hand is a basket overflowing with fish. At her feet, there is a dolphin and a shark also carved in, cast in bronze. And you can see this area is like a little shrine made out to the sea goddess Umberly.
I'm gonna poke her nose.
Bing. Why would you touch that? It's clearly their god.
A sign of thanks. I'm thinking, just like.
Y'all drooks are weird.
And then turn around and head this other way.
Perfect. Wikipedia, are you following throughout as well?
I am following them. I don't think I came all the way out of the seaweed, but enough that I can see them. Saw that they had a dead end and let them kind of go past me and keep following in the seaweed.
As Tawny, you move through the seaweed and come out the other side, you look into this hallway and you feel a pulse of runes in the floor humming with dormant magical energy.
Can I see where exactly the runes on the floor are inscribed, or is it covering the whole thing?
No, you can see right where that ring is. There's a ring of runes on the ground. There's enough room that if you tiptoe, you can get past it on either side.
So I'll
Is that something I can see, or just Aubrey?
Just Aubrey can see it because she has detect magic up.
Yeah. So I'll call behind me and I'll be like, guys, if you come this way, hug to the walls. There's runes on the floor. And I'll skirt around them.
Sweet. Perfect. Kildak and Wikipede, where are you guys at?
I'm behind Kildak. And I would like to call for Binky, who's behind me, to hold my hand.
Cool. Binky gives you his hand. And he's letting you lead him through. And his head is just on a swivel in wonder at all the paintings on the wall. He's in awe at what's going on.
Kildak, are you walking past the circle?
Oh no, this statue feels funky. I don't like it. Does Binky know anything about this statue? I guess he's never been down here, but
do you want to take Binky to the statue? I guess if Kildak would call it to Binky, Binky would make his way over. And you see, he looks at it, he kind of trills, and he says, this is Umlu. This is Umlu, our sea goddess. And then goes, this is our sea goddess. She protects the jungles. She brings us rain. She taught us how to fish. And when we do bad things, she brings nasty storms that blow over trees.
Do I have water on me? Water skin of some kind?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I'd like to pour some on the statue.
Perfect. You pour some on the statue, and by praying to the statue or leaving an offering, you see the statue hums with a little bit of celestial energy. And Kildak, for the next 7 days, you have a swimming speed of 45 feet.
Cool.
Yeah. As you have the blessing of Umberly for a week.
I can live with that.
Yeah. And you see Binky will also leaves an offering. He pours some water out and says a chirping prayer to Umberly, and is also blessed with a swimming speed for a week.
Pour one out for the sea goddess.
Pour one out for the sea goddess.
I do not.
I'm long gone.
I guess I'll catch up to Tawny here then. And I'm just going to, I didn't know where she was talking about the runes. I'm just going to be against the wall for as long as possible.
As
if you hug the wall,
he approaches, I'm going to be like, wall, and just watch him as he goes. And if at any bit he teeters back, I'm going to be like, get to the wall.
Perfect. Yeah, you successfully bully Kildak past the trap. Excellent. And then Wikipedia, are you making your way past as well?
Yeah, I'm holding Binky's hand. And my right hand is against the wall, as I walk through.
Perfect.
I'm much
And
nicer as they come through.
Is Binky walking next to me?
Yes. Yes.
Pure curiosity.
Yeah, shoot.
Is there like a pebble or something around?
Well, I didn't pass it yet.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'll wait for Wikipedia to get there. I'm gonna look for a pebble while she's making her way, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as I'm walking through with my hand on the wall and I'm passing the circle, can I pull Binky into it?
Into the circle? Yeah. Are you making it... Are you in any way disguising that you're just pushing him?
Oh, no, I'm pulling. I'm trying to pull him up next to me.
Okay, yeah. So
And next to me is in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah, so you pull him... You can pull him next to you. Yeah, he doesn't resist. He wasn't speaking the language that you guys were, so he doesn't know that there's something bad on the floor.
That's what I figured.
Yeah,
He's walking
Wickabee.
side by side with me.
he's walking next to you. Yep.
So what happens?
Oh, so you walk into this thing. As he steps foot into the circle, all the runes now visible to everyone will pulse blue, and from the seaweed you hear a roar of water. Suddenly, from out of the seaweed, a wall of water springs into existence and begins to barrel through this hallway. I need you, Wikipedia, to make a strength saving throw for me.
Stunned, I'm just gonna drop my pebble and just run.
Excellent.
I'm curious.
Uh,
I rolled a 12.
A 12. Cool. You and Binky both get hit by this wave of water. It does not knock you prone or send you sliding to the back wall. However, you do take 9 points of damage, halved to 5 points of damage, as you get hit by this wall of water. A lessened version of the tsunami spell that is on the runes there. You are both soaked head to toe in water. All of Binky's feathers are now pressed down and drooping, and he's sopping wet. For Kildak and Tawny, the water comes and just kind of brushes over your boots. It dissipates by the time it gets to you, and then kind of just seeps into the floor.
So it was just a single wave?
It was just a single wave.
Okay.
But Tawny,
cool.
you do see that the runes on the floor are still humming with magic. And you would guess if you were to step into it again, another wave would come.
That was awesome. That was like an amusement park. I'm gonna pick up my pebble and throw it in again.
I think.
I'm gonna stand in the hallway. My arms out. I want to get smacked.
Binky moves back out of the way this time. Make a strength saving throw for me.
A natural 20.
Perfect. You are, I'm going to say with a natural 20, you are not pushed, nor do you take any damage.
I was anticipating the wave this time and welcoming it as I get bopped
As
back.
you get smashed by this wave of
As
water.
soon as it fades some more, I'm going to push her into the center again and try to quickly go back.
Now make another strength saving throw.
A third time?
Yes. People keep pushing you into the circle.
Oh, 8.
This time,
I was not prepared.
This time you take 9 points of damage, and the wave knocks you prone on the ground. Your butt hits the ground, and it slides you all the way back until you're up against the back wall. And the wave hits you, bump against the wall. The rest of the water rolls over everyone's feet.
Okay, I'm
gonna
done.
look down
I
at
just
her
want to grab
and-
for Binky's hand. I'm done. Let's go.
I'm going to look down at Wikipedia as she's on the ground and tap my foot a little bit and be like, you deserved that.
I know.
There you go. So now, Wikipedia, you are head to toe just dripping in water. Salt water at that. But, man, I did not expect that trap to get used 3 times in a row. When Tawny cast Detect Magic upstairs, I was like, man, they got past it nice and easy. Then it's not even going to activate once. How wrong was I? Thrice was it activated. Excellent. Cool. As you turn your waterlogged selves down the next hallway, you see, slowly floating past you, is an undulating purple mass trailed by tentacles. 4 mesmerizing jellyfish float through this hall, about 3 feet off the ground. Some a little higher, some a little lower. They're casually floating through this hall, and the 4 of you can't help but feel a sense of relief near them, like you finally made it to bed after a long day's work. And the 4 of them just float down the hall.
I don't know much, but I'm gonna bet we shouldn't touch these.
My face had been like crinkled up and like a knowing look at Wikipede, and as this hits, it just like fades into a more calm, and I'm gonna walk down the hall.
Cool. You begin to walk down the hall. Make an acrobatics check to try to avoid the jellyfish as it floats peacefully down the hall.
21.
Perfect. You definitely move around the jellyfish as you begin to traverse the hall. Is anyone following her?
I'm gonna lay down on the ground and crawl.
Perfect.
I don't trust
on the
myself.
Ground, you getting low, there's no way any of these jellyfish can sting you. You're moving at half speed. But you crawl safely through as these jellyfish really like beautifully move overhead. You feel like you're in like an aquarium where you're like in one of the tunnels and they're moving above you. And although you're crawling under the ground from a potentially dangerous creature, you feel very relaxed as like you're at an aquarium. Wikipede, how about you?
Yeah, I'm just gonna trudge forward, kind of following Tawny.
Cool. Make an acrobatics check.
You should touch it, Kildak. Stand up.
I thought about it.
13.
Cool. You narrowly miss getting stung by one of the tentacles, but you make your way through as well.
You should
Binky,
still touch it, Kildak.
Binky also moves
Binky might.
pretty deftly through, following closely behind you, Wikipede.
We're still holding hands.
The 4 of you make it to this spot here, and you see the hall splits into 2 different directions, one to the north and one farther east. Tony, you looking at this hall do not sense any magic down this hall.
What about the other one?
Yeah.
Hey, Tawny, do you see any magic down the other way?
I like
Any more
peek
wave?
my head, like get down so I get under this little sea thing and like peek my head into this other hallway.
Yeah, you peek down. It is a hallway full of seaweed, but no magic. Aside from like the faint magic in the floor that's growing seaweed.
Just more seaweed, and then I'm gonna head down the first hallway.
Yeah. I follow Tawny.
Cool.
I'm gonna go
She
to
knows what she's
seaweed
doing
route.
here.
Cool. Tawny begins to move up. Kildak begins to move to seaweed. Wikipede, you feel a wind pick up through this hall as Tawny and Kildak make their decision, and the wind blows from behind you, from our left to the right, and sails down past the seaweed.
I acknowledge it, but I still want to follow Tawny.
Okay. Cool. You follow Tawny. How are you? So you follow close behind Tawny. Are you keeping Binky with you?
Yeah, I'm holding his hand.
Cool. Well, hello, Dora.
There she goes.
Bye, Dora. You and Tawny, and Binky move down this hallway. Halfway through, Tawny, you are walking through, and you feel a slight pressure on your ankle as you step. A tripwire snaps as you move your foot. You hear a faint creak above you, and you look up, and 4 buckets of water that were suspended by a rope just drop over and just dump water onto the 4 of you. Binky is now like sopping wet again. You are covered head to toe in water. And these 4 buckets just dump gallons of water onto the 3 of you.
I hate this place. I'm gonna like go to like try to like touch up my makeup.
Perfect. Kildek, you make your way down the seaweed hall.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like jog, just because I know I'm gonna have to catch back up with them.
Yeah, you make your way to the end, and you see at the end of the hall, there's a set of stairs that descends deeper into the temple and into complete darkness. Actually, that's a lie. You have dark vision. You know it's complete darkness, but you can see faintly down the stairwell to another landing of the lowest level of the temple.
Okay, I'm gonna hang out here, and I'm just gonna shout. Hey guys, I found the stairs down.
Great job! We found a fucking trap.
Cool.
A little intimidated. Oh no, Tawny's mad. She's wet.
Oh no, her socks are wet.
Have you ever seen a cat wet and like mad about it? That is Tawny right now.
Oh no. Excellent. Killa, are you gonna hang out there? Or
yeah, I'm just gonna hang out at this corner here.
Perfect. The other 3, are you guys gonna continue into the hall?
Yeah. I will continue, but this time I am looking for tripwires and hooks and water.
Perfect. You don't find any more tripwires or hooks. However, you do hear the faint sound of like babbling water. And as you come around the corner, you are met by a waft of gunpowder, parchment, and rum. There's something almost electric about the room, like the stirrings of adventure. In front of you, as you turn the corner, is a desk, which boasts a compass and a map, which has been pinned to the table by a cutlass. The walls of this sanctum are obscured by a thin layer of water that's been constantly falling from the ceiling, giving just like a thin film of a waterfall over the 3 walls. The water then like babbling off of the sconces and the candles that are held onto the wall. Suddenly, the shadows shift in the waterfall's reflection. And as if they were in the reflection of a mirror, a figure comes into view within the watery walls. A tall human with a scraggly black beard, cigar in his mouth, and an eye patch over his right eye. And from nowhere in particular, but also kind of an echo in the room, you hear an almost familiar voice go, "Ahoy! Your eyes don't deceive ye. It be me, the legendary Captain Emerald in the flesh." Well, not exactly the flesh. Mr. Schmidt. And you see this like watery reflection turns behind it, looking like into the walls, to a figure that can't be seen through whatever illusion is showing you this. And he goes, "Mr. Schmidt, what is this doohickey called? An oculo what's it? Never mind. The point is, I be here like an echo that travels through a cave. I be somewhere else, yet you scallywags hear me now." And he kind of like scours out into this room. And you see that there are like 3 reflections of this person, one on each wall, as if they were standing in this room, but there is no one in here except the 3 of you.
I'll walk forward and like arms crossed Does it look like the reflection is going to talk back more, or that was just like the one recording?
As you think this, the Captain Emerald speaks up again and goes, yes, I'm sure you have a lot of questions about my daring expeditions and tremendous plunder, but I know why you're really here. You're here because I, Captain Emerald, am the only man alive to sail to Taimokor. As he does this, you hear, like, faintly in the echoes, like, other people just being like, well, technically, like, we sailed to Taimokor too. Like, we were on the boat when he was there, so, like, he's not really the only man. And then Captain Emerald picks back up and goes, now, that's enough applause. Flattery won't do you no good with me. I may be a bloodthirsty, cutthroat pirate, but I also be a generous captain. My plunder buried on Taimokor is freely given to anyone daring enough to follow me treasure map. And he motions towards the table.
I'm gonna go forward and like grab it.
This is the map that you find. You see some important things is that some of the islands look a little different. Most of the islands have different names. You have the Ziggurat of Immorti has been written out. Vorbelgrad is still where it is today. You have some different locations like a White Sands lighthouse. Red Rat Bay is in a similar location. Hangman's Cove was called Rum Cove on this map. You notice that there's a spot marked the Temple of Umberly, and you also see a couple handwritten notations. One that says you are here, going to the Ziggurat of Immorti, and then 3 other locations: the key, the lock, and the door. As you and Wikipedia are looking at this, and Binky, who's like peering over your shoulder, the voice of Captain Emerald picks up again and says, "Ye be warned, this journey isn't for the faint of heart. Taimokor is the most beautiful island ye ever have laid eyes on. On her beaches is more gold than grains of sand, and her jungles have more fruit and wild boar than you could eat in a lifetime. The land is too perfect for this wretched world, and so it was hidden away amongst the stars. No man, mage, or even time itself could find her shores. A paradise, a treasure trove, an eternal hideaway. These boons must be earned by a worthy successor. So I ask ye, are ye worthy of the greatest treasure hunt this world has ever seen?"
I'm just gonna like wave my hand and be like, I already heard this. We talked already, old bastard. And then like fold up the map and try to leave.
He goes, as you turn to leave, he goes, "Ladies and gentlemen, we have a taker. Ha ha ha. You're welcome to me map and me compass. But that's all the help you'll get from me. May Umberly guide your sail and your wit guide ye cutlass. Mr. Schmidt, how do I turn this damn thing off? Do I touch it? It motion. Do I wave? To wave. Like I just put my hand. I told you. You press it. I pressed it. I slid it, and this goes on for like 5 or 10 minutes, where eventually like other people come into like the reflection, like, "No, Captain, you have to do it this way." He's like, No, I'm doing it that way. Press it, and this cycle goes on for an uncomfortably long time.
As I'm like at the end of the hall and he says about the compass, I'll like turn my head and be like, Wikipedia, did you grab that compass?
I didn't, but I can.
That'd be great.
And I'll go to look at the table.
Cool. On the table is the cutlass that's been stabbed into it, and the compass that's resting on the side.
I'll just take the compass.
Cool. You leave the cutlass, you take the compass, and you see the top half of it looks like a regular compass. It has the needle that points north, but on the bottom there's a wheel that spins. The first part that is visible is labeled with an N, and you can shift it to a spot that says lock, shift it again to a spot that says key, then another spot that says door. And you realize that every time you shift the, you rotate like the bottom dial, the needle points in a slightly different angle.
Well, that's helpful. I will definitely hold on to this.
Excellent.
Yep. So I'm just sitting there waiting for him.
Kildak's a patient man.
Well, don't really have too many other options.
That's fair. Are the three of you making your way out of the sanctum of
Yep.
Captain Emerald?
Let's go
Perfect.
find Kildak.
Cool.
We don't have
As
to.
you guys make your way down the hall, you come back to the hallway with the jellyfish. If you want to just walk through again, I need another acrobatics check to dodge through the jellyfish.
24.
Perfect.
That's me also pulling Binky.
Okay, I'm going to give Binky
21.
advantage. Cool. You guys, Binky needed the advantage, but he avoided it as well. And the two of you make it around the corner and sift through the seaweed. By the time you make it to Kildak, you all see the
guys.
stairway that descends down. For the other two, it descends down into like complete darkness.
Well, Kildak, we kind of got the shit we need.
Oh yeah, what'd you find over there?
The map I needed, and Wikipeedia's got the compass that I think I probably needed, so I'm good.
The map?
You know,
Okay.
the Captain Emerald
already-
thing.
Captain Emerald thing?
I
To
swear
tame a
I
core?
can- Listen, I can't keep you up to date on everything, so you're just gonna have to deal. What's down this hallway?
I don't know.
You didn't check
you
it out?
fucking see in the dark? What have you been doing here?
Waiting for your detect magic ability.
At this point, detect magic fades away.
So far,
As
he
I'm
says
not
it.
wet yet.
She's gonna take her hair, and he's still sitting down, and just wing it on him a little bit. I will detect magic again.
Cool.
To look down the hall, just like mumbling, like I gotta do everything my fucking self these days.
You can't detect magic. You do not sense anything down the hall.
And
Okay.
I shove Kildak down the stairs. Looks magic free.
Magic free? Okay, follow me. That rhymes.
Magic free, follow me.
You're
That's
stumbling a little bit. I pushed you pretty hard.
That's a dungeon delver, like a parable, like a rhyme they used to remember, like how to survive dungeons. Magic free, follow me. It's like yeah, that's awesome. Cool. So you descend into the darkness. No light makes it down to this subterranean level of the Ziggurat. The walls no longer have colorful paintings, but rather occasional words hastily scrawled in languages you don't understand. The pillars are lined with runes and symbols that look more deliberate than the other hastily scribbled messages. The air still damp, but becomes cold and inhospitable. You feel that everyone this time feels a cold breeze from behind them surge into this underground level, and the hair stands up on everyone's backs. As Wikipedia, you go down the stairs, you feel a tug on your wrist as Binky stops at the top of the stairs and hesitates.
We keep going.
Okay.
As long as Kildak's down there.
If you press on, he's gonna try to like wrest his hand away from you and stay at the top of the stairs.
I pull him with us.
Okay.
I'm going down, Binky's going down.
Okay. Are you're doing this by force?
A little bit. Like I am gonna like I'm holding his hand. I'm gonna like pull it a little bit, like a persuasive pull.
Okay, give me a strength check for me.
A 4.
Okay. I think you rolled a 7. So he gets his hand out, grabs his staff, and kind of.
Okay. So yeah, that's it.
Did I notice that Binky's staying back?
Yeah, you notice that Binky did not feel comfortable going down the stairs.
Okay. I'm gonna double back.
He doesn't seem terrified, but he seems apprehensive.
Gotcha. I'm gonna double back and I'm gonna like headbutt him and like, why aren't you coming?
He goes, I've never been down here before, but the lowest level of the Ziggurat of Immorti is the tomb, which is where we bury the ones that we did not want to see the light. I do not wish to disrespect the dead, and also, I'm afraid of the dark.
What's he saying?
He said there's dead people. Would we be, like, if we continue, would that be super disrespectful to your culture?
I think it's a tomb. And I think it's very respectful to go down into the tomb and give them some prayers and a visit, because they're probably really lonely.
Binky says, no, it would not be disrespectful for you of the one-eyed tribe to go through the temple of the one-eyed one. But I'm afraid of the dark. It's the dark that really scares me. Dead people were an added, like, the fact that there's dead people down there isn't great for me, but the dark is really what's getting me right now.
Wickabee, can you cast a little light?
I assume there's not like any like torches just unlit in the wall or anything like that. It's all probably pretty wet.
Yep.
So when we get to the bottom, I can cast a little fire on the ground, but nothing that's going to be movable.
Okay.
So
we'll
can
find
pick
a good
one
central
spot that I can light up.
location. Okay.
I guess, yeah, once we get down to the bottom of the stairs, I'll take a few steps in and I can light something.
There's no magic. But I'm going to drag Kildak back down to the front of the stairs and make him go first.
No, I should lead. I can see.
Excellent. You get to the base of the stairs, and the only thing that you see is there are like single runes or like single words carved in unknown language just into random bricks and different walls in here. The only thing that has like orderly carvings are the pillars. And does anybody, if anyone wants to make a religion check for me
I can do that.
to see if you recognize what these runes are.
13.
Cool. You remember seeing something of this like aesthetic back in your like religious lessons, but you do not recognize the language and you do not know what they say.
I'm going to take a piece of paper and pen and just like scratch it. Just to like
Perfect.
copy the engraving and then put it in my pocket.
Sweet. Good deal.
That was super scholastic of you.
It is my job to get shit about the world and send it back up. So,
Man, have you been gathering information about us this whole time? Because like,
yeah,
I
they're
don't
going to
know
have to
that we're
update
good
their books about
templates.
dwarves. Apparently, they're
Yeah.
freaking assholes.
everybody has an asshole.
Kildak. Actually, everybody make a perception check for me.
14.
16.
5. I'm distracted with my stenciling.
While Tawny does her imprinting, the other two, you listen down the hallway. And now that you're down here and you can hear the echoes that reverberate through these walls, you can hear there is the sound of like falling water that is echoing through this level of the temple. And it's just a consistent low hum of the water. This like falling water in a cave that echoes through.
I'm gonna persist on. I'm gonna walk a little farther into the room until where it's dark and I can't see, and I want to cast the bonfire. I'm just lighting up the room so Binky can come down.
How long does this create bonfire?
It says a minute. I thought it was going to be longer.
Okay, so it's a minute of that, and then okay, that's fine.
I can cast multiple bonfires, right? Because it's a cantrip.
Yeah, does it say it's concentration?
Yes.
Okay, so you can cast one at a time.
Oh.
It doesn't consume any spell slots, but there can only be one fire.
Yeah.
As she places that and lights up this hallway, do I see any more magic down it?
You do not. All you hear is that faint rumble of water.
Okay. Then I'm
Hey,
gonna...
Binky, come on, we got light.
You hear like very tentative footsteps down the stairs. And Binky will come stand down by the campfire.
And I'll take Binky's hand, and we're gonna walk farther down the hallway. I guess my full 25 feet.
Okay.
To where it gets dark again. And immediately when it starts getting dark, I want to cast bonfire on the ground and light a new one as that one disappears.
Got it.
So
Perfect.
we're still constantly in the light.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I'd like
catch
to
up real
keep
quick.
doing that until I get into the room, as fast or as slow as the group wants to walk.
You hear that the falling water has gotten significantly louder. And Tawny, what's the range on detect magic?
It is 30 feet.
30 feet. Cool. You feel a ping of magic from beyond the wall to your right.
Okay, I'm gonna head towards it.
Cool. Tawny, you make your way over there. Wicked P, where are you heading to?
The sound of the water.
Okay. The water is just beyond this wall. The wall right ahead of you.
So I'll go the opposite way of Tawny and go over here.
Okay. Perfect. And Kildak, what are you doing?
I want to go down this hallway.
So Tawny, you come around this corner. You see there are two large mounds of gold, piled up gold jewels. You see that there are inlaid in these walls. There are tombs and coffins and caskets that have been pressed into the wall, as in like catacombs are. In the center of all of these jewels and gold is a sarcophagus. It is surrounded by different trinkets and carvings and like totems from the Sauna people, and on the lid is the carving of one of the Sauna people with their wings, their feathered arms crossed over their chest, which has been carved into a gold inlaid sarcophagus.
Do I see the magic that I saw that was here? Is it at the money, or is it at the tombs and the sarcophagus?
You see that there is a little bit of magic flittering throughout all the gold. All the gold kind of sparkles with magic.
Mm-hmm.
You also see that there's a very strong magical presence within the sarcophagus.
Do I sense that the magic might be trapped? I see that there's magic on the gold. Can I sense if it might set an alarm or anything if I were to touch it?
Let me see. Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay. 21.
Sweet. You see that there is the gold. On a 21, you feel that the gold has a necrotic magic sprinkle on it. And you get the sense that this gold, being part of a burial, would be cursed to take. You also see that there is a much stronger necrotic magic coming from within the coffin, as well as evocation magic. So like the magic that does damage coming from within the coffin.
So I'm gonna fish a coin out of my pocket and like flip it onto the pile and then go to where Wikipedia is.
You flip a coin onto the pile. It rings out, and as it like clinks onto it, the echo like cling, ding, 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 and you hear echo throughout the whole cavern. Kildek, you can hear like as despite like, the water falling, you can distinctly hear the sound of like the coin that has been tossed. Kildek, you move down this hall. Do you want to go all the way down the hall?
Oh God.
You make your way down a long hallway. When you turn the corner at first, you cannot see the end, and you walk and your footsteps echo, each one, all the way down this immensely dark hallway until you turn the corner and are met by a ghastly figure. You see carved from dead coral is a demonic statue of a woman with 6 eyes, sharp teeth, and 3 tongues coming out of her mouth. Her arms are crustaceous claws, and her torso splits into sinister tentacles that rest upon her platform. Both of her arms are shackled and bound to the floor, and beneath her are malicious eels and squids that weave throughout her tentacles. And you see that almost in a like juxtaposition to the statue of Umberly upstairs, this statue faces the opposite way and has a similar architecture, but distinctly opposite to it. And this monstrosity with its cold, dead coral eyes stares out at you.
God.
Give it some water.
Well, I guess we're pouring some water on it.
Yeah.
You pour one out for this demonic statue, and you feel a like sickly wave of energy wash over your body, and for the next 24 hours, Kildek, you can cast Detect Thoughts at will.
Okay.
Okay. We're praying to demonic statues every day. Oh god. That is horrific if you knew what that statue was. Excellent.
Oh no.
Wikipedia, you come to the center of the ziggurat, and you see that above you is a waterfall. The same water that comes from the river that flows into the temple and that falls down to the subterranean level. As the water pours down, it rests in a overflowing pool at your feet. The pool is, aside from the shimmering light on top from your campfire, completely dark underneath, and you can see that as the water like ripples from the waterfall flowing down, the water overflows and trickles down into the corners of this room or into the hallway behind. But there's just this unknowingly deep hole on the floor that the water is pouring into.
All right. As I'm walking towards the edges of the water, I'm going to be taking Binky's hand, and I want to ask him, Binky, do you think your people are beautiful?
He looks at you and cocks his head and nods. like kind of frills his feathers and goes, "Rah!"
Would you like to help me bring even more beauty to your small little village?
He kind of looks both ways and goes, "Rah!"
And I take his hand and we walk over to the edge of the water, and I'm gonna kneel on the ground and ask for his help to pull one of like the bricks out from the floor.
Okay. Yeah.
To relieve some of the damp dirt that's underneath.
Sure.
And I'm gonna pull my little plant out from my satchel. And since it's been in my bag, its leaves are a little wilted now. The flowers probably lost some petals. But together, I'm gonna have him dig a little hole with me, and together we'll plant it and pat down the dirt. And I'm gonna ask him, all right, Binky, make your wish for your town to be beautiful. And I'm gonna go like to say like a little prayer, and I'm just gonna say something to my queen.
Sure.
To myself in my head. I don't say anything out loud.
Perfect.
I am watching this from like the wall. Like just like leaning up against one of the side walls and just watching it. I'm not going to say anything, but I am watching.
You can just barely see this through the darkness. Like you just catch the slightest glimpses of Wikipede and Binky doing this. Wikipede, as you say this, this prayer to the Queen of Air and Darkness, the campfire flutters out. The darkness rapidly encroaches the area. All of the light seems to fade away, and then suddenly, boom, and that thundering echo rings out under the chamber. It sounds like somebody has split rock with a single blow of the hammer. Something cracks, and the echo is loud and splits the silence. Where you sit, Wikipede, you do not see it. But Kildak, you feel the shake. You're kind of shaken back, and when you look back at the statue of this monstrous creature has been cracked from the top of its head down to like its chest. The coral has been split, and at the feet of the statue, rather the tentacles of this monster statue, you see there are 3 freshly cut black roses that lay at the base of the statue that were definitely not there a second ago.
Oh god, I gotta pick those up. I have no choice.
But what is Kildak thinking right now? Like,
I gotta pick those up.
do you think they're for you? For the offering?
Absolutely. I just paid homage to this demon creature who probably hasn't been respected in a very long time. And suddenly this entire building shakes, the statue cracks, and it gives me 3 roses. Naturally, this is an offering back to me.
Yes, it is. It is all for Kildak. It's all Kildak's fault.
Take your beautiful flowers.
Yeah, I'm absolutely picking those up.
Make a history check or a religion check for me, Kildak.
Dirty 20.
Ooh, you would recognize these black roses. Not like these specific ones, but
That was a history check, by the way, in case that
perfect.
matters.
Yeah, so you would know based on like Flan's traditions, and traditions that kind of span the Sword Coast. Black roses are often placed at people's graves, not during funerals, but years after funerals, to commemorate like the anniversary of a lost loved one. And many times you've seen in graveyards, people leave black roses on the anniversary of a loved one who's passed away.
So you're telling me I shouldn't take them?
No, you pick them up. You just know like that's the significance of a black rose. Tony,
Yeah.
you have detect magic still up.
Mm-hmm.
You feel that there is a deep sense of abjuration magic coming out of the plant that Wikipede just placed. And you can feel there's a slight hum of magic on all of the runes on all of the pillars that you have passed now that the plant has been placed.
What is abjuration magic?
Abjuration magic is magic commonly used for warding or locking away a creature of a different plane, either back to its plane or keeping it where it is. It's used to keep things out or lock things in.
Okay.
And with the darkness there, I'm gonna relight my campfire.
Your campfire bonfire springs
Yeah.
back to life.
And I'm gonna stand up and dust off my knees and help Binky up and walk towards Tawny. And we're ready to go.
Perfect. You walk towards Tawny. Cool. Binky looks a little shaken by being in the dark for a little bit and for the weird thing that happened. But you can see he's better that the light is back.
I squeezed his hand a little bit and just, I hope your wish comes true.
He squeezes your hand back. At this point, I need the two of you to make perception checks for me.
8.
12.
Sweet. Cool. You notice that aside from like the magic that has changed, there is almost like an ink coming out of the plant that Wikipede placed that is just kind of like not quickly but like slowly seeping into the rest of the water in its near vicinity. Are you guys going to wait by the campfire for Kildak to return, or are you guys heading right back without him?
I think I'll move into the hallway that I saw him go down and put another campfire in the middle of the hallway and just kind of, I guess, see if Tawny wants to go down or wait here for him.
Cool.
Before she moves that, without making it like super clear to Wikipede, I just want to glance and look at the flower. And can I make... I know that there's magic coming from this, but can I make some sort of check to see if I think that this magic is doing something good or bad?
Sure. Make an Arcana check for me.
Okay.
While she's doing that, if I can, I'd like to pick up the 3 roses and start making my way back.
Perfect. You pick up your roses and make your way back.
I got a 22.
22. Okay. All right. Tawny, here's what you pick up. The plant that was placed there's definitely magic coming off of it. It is shockingly difficult to tell if the magic coming from it is good or bad. And when I say shockingly, I mean it in that, like when a hawk kills a cute bunny, that way it can feed its family, is that good or bad? Like, yes, the bunny was cute, but like the hawk also needs to eat. And so the question of like, is part of nature inherently good or bad? And it's ambiguous in that sense. And so it's hard to tell if it is a good or bad morally. But you do see that this flower almost intends to have an effect beyond itself. The flower definitely has the ability to do something, emanate something, although you can't tell morally if it's going to be good or bad.
Okay.
But it's not evil incarnate. And you can definitely clarify. You can check that off its box. This is not a demonic flower.
Okay. Then,
Nope,
yeah.
those are in my hands.
I just...
No, I have the demonic flower.
So I just saw that, like, I was just, like, doing, like, a pretty quick glance and just trying to, like, you know, reach my, like, paladin magical feelers out for that. And then I will head back with Wikipede to kind of where this campfire is for Kildak to come back around.
Cool. You guys move back to the campfire. Kildak, you turn the corner as well. And as you come around the corner, you meet the three of them over the campfire. Before you get a word out to as you see them, you notice the thing that their perception missed. Not because you're any more perceptive, but because as they're walking back and you meet them, your angle is perfect to spot the creature that patiently waited just beneath the surface of the water, patiently crawled, slinked out of the basin, and with ever so delicate feet, tramped behind the three. And as you come around, this creature sees you, realizes that now is the time to strike. And Tawny, you feel a massive crustacean claw wrap around your waist as almost like a crab-like creature, but not just a crab. It has 6 sets of legs, a mouth that has hundreds of tens of tentacles, I guess, splaying out of it, massive crab claws standing almost, what was it, like 10, 12 feet in the air, snaps you with a claw. And what's Tawny's armor class?
16.
Okay, that's, yeah. Snaps with this pincer. Tawny, you're going to take 11 points of damage as it grabs onto you. And I need you to make a strength check.
15.
You just wrestle out of its grasp as it snaps you with one. The second claw is going to snap towards Wikipede. Okay. Wikipede, what's your armor class?
15.
It's going to hit you with 11 points of damage as well. As it snaps, I need you to make a... I will say... Yeah, a strength saving throw.
I am not strong. That's a 4.
You see this thing catches you in its claw, lifts you up off the ground, and then quickly turns and begins to scuttle back towards the water with you in its grasp. Very quickly, roll initiative.
I got a natural 20 plus 2, so a 22.
Wow, okay.
Oof.
Okay, Tori, what did you get?
10.
Okay, and Kildek, what did you get?
I rolled a 12.
So, Tawny, you spin around as this creature grabs Wikipede, and then its legs like scuttle on the ground towards the not shimmering, actually, opposite of that, the black inky pool. Hoping for its next meal.
How far away does it get from me? Like
he gets
how
about
quick can
10. He gets 10 feet. If you would like to actually, yeah. So he gets 10 feet away from you, closer to the pool.
Okay. So I'm going to draw my sword as I am running, like chasing after them. and I am going to try to slash them with my fancy sword that I stole from Wallywig. And
sweet.
as I do that, I am going to try to include the Divine Smite as I just come down on this.
Perfect.
We haven't seen that
thing.
yet.
Cool. So
Wow.
Divine Smite, you can't waste it. So if you miss this attack, you still hold on to that smite until the attack lands. So don't worry about wasting it. You have it in the bag until you land that hit. So now you can roll to hit.
13.
A 13 just misses. But I believe Tawny has a second attack practice 2. Yep. So you can immediately swing again with fancy footwork.
Yeah. So we'll just go again. She's just like 19.
That will definitely hit.
Nice.
So now, so it will hit. You're going to roll damage like usual. However, let me make sure that I spell this out right, because this is an excellent paladin ability. Where's Divine Smite? Here we go. When you hit a creature with melee attack, you can expend a spell slot to deal an extra 2d8 radiant damage, plus an extra 1d8 for every level above first. So you have first and second level spells. If you spend a first level spell slot, you can add 2d8 to your damage. If you spend a second level spell slot, you can add 3d8.
I will do a second level.
Heck yeah.
So I'm going to roll a 3d8.
Yep. So you have 3d8 plus whatever the sword does in regular damage.
So a 14 plus 7, so 21.
Wow. You see Tawny, Kildek, for the first time you see this. Tawny winds up with fancy footwork, hits this weird, unnatural crustacean with it. As you wind up, Tawny, the sword glow. How does the sword glow? What kind of glow is it? Is it radiant? Is it lightning? What kind of glow is this sword?
Yeah, so Tawny just has lightning magic, and it's not as strong, especially without her scepter in her mortal form. But she's just been working on it, testing things out. And so when she swings this sword, she takes all of the lightning that just you can sometimes see just jiggle on her, just show trace around her edges of her skin, and it's going to infuse the blade. And so as she comes down, this purple lightning is just twisted around the blade.
Oh, that's perfect. As it strikes, you can see all of the shadows of the walls elongate as it becomes the brightest thing in this hall. And the thing crackles. The creature goes, and all of its tentacles in its mouth flare out as it is in immense pain. Because of that, Wikipedia, you can make another strength check to try to get out.
Ooh, 14.
That just beats it.
That's the highest strength I've ever rolled.
That is exactly what you need to beat it. You just barely squeeze out of this thing's grip as it is in pain and slide onto the ground.
As I see
Yes.
Wikipedia wiggle away and she's not as in danger, I'm just gonna yell, Wikipedia, what the fuck did you just do?
I didn't do any of this.
You didn't make this happen.
No.
Now it is Kildak's turn.
I was carrying the 3 roses in a bouquet, but just gonna drop them, and in the same motion, drop them, pull out my pistol.
Oh, perfect.
And shoot it.
Sweet. Yeah, you go to shoot it. Roll to attack. I want to add a little thing to this real quick. Wikipedia, can you make a Constitution check for me?
Mm-hmm. Does this thing look undead?
It does not. Make on your turn. Remind me to follow up with that, because that's a good question.
Okay. And my constitution was a 12.
Okay, perfect.
15 to hit.
A 15 just hits.
So I'll roll that. It's 11 normal damage, and because I'm standing next to Tawny, and what's his name? Dippy?
Binky.
Binky. I get sneak attack.
Oh, perfect.
For an additional 14, so 25 total damage.
Wow. Yeah, you fire this the flintlock. It cracks, it echoes through all of these halls. It hits the creature on the side. It screeches out again. Now with both a electric sword slash and a bullet hole in the side. Hell yeah, it is. You can see it is hurt and it is scared. It did not. It wanted a quick, easy meal and it did not get it. Killick, is there anything else you want to do on your turn?
No, I think I'm happy.
Perfect. Wikipede, you are up.
I think upon seeing Kildak fire at the creature, I'm going to follow in suit and also shoot my weapon.
Cool. At the spot that you were standing, if you shoot, you're going to have disadvantage because you're so close. You are like right underneath it.
Oh, I'm still underneath them.
Yes.
All right. Then disregard all of that.
Never you mind.
After Kildak shoots his weapon, I'm going to pull out my rapier and go to swing at him from underneath.
Sweet. Yeah, make your attacks.
29.
That hits.
And then for the shadow attack that falls right behind it will be a 25.
Yeah, those hit. Yikes.
Oh, jeez.
And the damage for the first hit was 11.
Okay.
And the damage for the second hit is 7.
Okay, that's a 18 total. Ooh. You have battered this creature with your 2 attacks. Is there anything else Wikipedia would like to do on a turn? You have a movement and bonus action.
I'm going to try and... Am I lying prone or am I standing?
You are standing.
All right, I'm going to try and back away from this thing and go backwards.
Cool. He is going to take a leaving engagement.
Yeah.
Does a... That's not going to hit. It's an 8 to hit. Dang. So he snaps with a claw and misses you. And how far are you going to move back?
At least to where Tawny and Kildak are. So I'll step back against this wall.
Cool. Perfect. With that, you see Binky is going to scream and dive behind Kildak and this wall. And he's going to take the dodge action as he hides behind the wall, too horrified to look away, doesn't want to run into the darkness, but he's ducks behind the wall and Kildak. At the same time, the creature's going to whip around, see you flee, the 3 of you, and it's going to make one last attempt at a meal. It's going to, let's see, it's going to reach out and try to snatch Tawny. Tawny does a 14 hit.
No.
Cool. So he misses with his first attack. And it's going to make one more snatch at... It'll make another snatch at you, Tawny, because you heard it so bad. That's even worse. That's going to be a 11 to hit. So the second attack is also going to miss. It's going to screech at you. You can see as it yells, all the tentacles wave from the wind coming out of its mouth. There's like some weird like poison dripping off all the tentacles. It snaps both of its claws, kind of like slinks back for a second, turns, and then dives into the pool.
No.
Well, at least that's taken care of.
You hear that screech of the creature, but you hear it like echoed as if there's 2, 3, 4, 5 joining in its chorus. And as the longer it screeches, the more of them you can hear kind of like scream from somewhere in this basin.
Regardless of what the other 3 think, I know in my heart that I did not cause this.
Yes, you most importantly know that this was very much not Fae.
No. Nothing
I do
else
not
is.
know this, and I am
do know
going to grab Wikipee's wrist and say, you need to convince me right now that this wasn't you, otherwise I'm burning that fucking flower.
I prayed for something beautiful. Nothing about that is beautiful. I just
What
planted
about-
a little flower to bring some luck and beauty to the town. That thing was disgusting.
I have no idea what they're talking about.
No.
Let's go.
I definitely picked up my flowers.
Cool. You snag your flowers, and Tawny, you have detect magic still up. You get the faintest sliver of magic from these flowers. Not that these flowers are magic, but they came from a magical place.
Cute flowers, Kildak.
Yeah, I got one for you, one for Wikipedia, and one for me.
I'm sure Wikipedia will love that.
They are really pretty.
Binky is currently like full force of just like booking it out of
I didn't
through
get
the
one
darkness.
for Binky. Oh no.
You can see like when Binky turns the first corner, like he doesn't see it quite perfectly, but he also like slams into the wall as he goes and is like just hauling ass down the hall. Cool. Do you guys leave this level or do you leave the whole temple?
Everything.
I'd imagine we go all the way out.
You hustle your way up up out of this level. As you turn the corner, you get to the jellyfish hall. How are you traversing the jellyfish hall?
I don't want to take any chances, so I think I'm going to crawl like Kildeck did the first time
I'm
as quickly
crawling
as I
again.
can,
Yeah.
even if it's slower than running.
Cool. So you get to the seaweed. It slows you down a little bit. You come out. You get to the jellyfish. Everyone drops onto their belly. Actually, Tawny, are you crawling as well?
No.
Cool. Everyone hits the deck. Binky begins to crawl. Everyone's crawling. Tawny, give me that acrobatics check.
I'm just going to try to walk through. Like, like ducking a little bit, but like just
Walk straight path.
a 20, a dirty 20.
Cool. You easily move out of the way of these jellyfish. Make your way. Everyone, Tawny, you beat everyone out of it. Everyone makes their way out. You turn the last corner. Tawny, you, as your detect magic fades, you see the runes on the floor begin to fade away as you come around the corner.
Shit.
Darn.
Cool. So I assume everyone hugs the wall. Is anyone going to push somebody else into
No.
the tsunami? Okay.
No.
Everyone goes through that. Slowed down by the next set of seaweed, you can hear echoing through the hallways the chittering of whatever that creature was as you make your way back up the stairs, back to the top, the sunlit top of the Ziggurat of Immorti, and
Assuming I'm the last one, I'm gonna flip that lever before we all.
I was going to say
dip
something.
out.
Good.
perfect. You smack the lever, turn the corner, and see the door slam shut. Everyone else on the other side. And as you make your way up out of the stairs, you are able to just catch the sun beginning to set over the calm and peaceful bay, where the guppy and the anxious carp still sit, peaceful, happy, no one of the wiser of what terrors lurk below the Ziggurat of Immorti. And with your map and your compass and Binky at your side, you have successfully navigated the Ziggurat of Immorti. And here the Gilded Voyage of our daring swashbucklers will have to lie. I hope you enjoyed me tale, and if you did, give a big old like and subscribe for more. For now, let us ponder the plunder our pirates may find, the grog they may gulp, and the scurvy scoundrels they may see in the comment section below. Avast ye until we meet again over another round at the Four Rings Inn.